Okay, you want to find a power function model for P equals negative 0.64 as we've determined for the data that we looked at. Frequency 52 cycles per minute when the length is 32 centimeters. So, well, our power function model is y equals ax to the p, and we're doing frequency versus length, so y is going to be the frequency and x is going to be the length, because it's always y versus x, frequency versus length in this case. So y equals ax to the p, and we could actually translate that. F equals a times L to the p. Okay, and we'll put a multiplication sign in there so we're not talking about my old buddy Al. Okay, now what do we know? We know that P is negative 0.64, frequency is 52 cycles per second, length is 32 centimeters. Normally we would want to put the whole 52 cycles per minute in for the F, and I'm not sure, sometimes I think I might be saying cycles per second because that is standard and that's what I'm used to saying, but right now we are working with cycles per minute. Length of 32 centimeters, we'd want to put the 32 centimeters in for the L, meaning that the centimeter unit would be raised to whatever the power P is. Well, we know what the power is, so the frequency is 52, meaning 52 cycles per second. We don't know what A is. We do know that L is 32 centimeters, which will represent with just the number 32, and P is negative 0.64. Okay, well, if you haven't already done this, because I posed a problem earlier, hopefully you have already done it. Hopefully you've already solved it, so you can kind of skip through what I'm telling you here. Excuse me. If you haven't already solved for A, please go ahead now and solve for A. You should pause the video. You shouldn't watch me solve it until you've gone through the steps and solved it. At least go through them in your head to make sure you know what you think you ought to do. And chances are you're going to be right. This is fairly basic. Okay, well, simply A is multiplied by 32 to the negative 0.64. So if we divide both sides by 32 to the negative 0.64, we're going to get A. So we're going to reverse sides too. We're just going to say A is 52 divided by 32 to the negative 0.64. Okay? Now, that's approximately equal to 480. And hopefully you punch that in your calculator. You can verify that. It's about 480. So that our model now, change colors to emphasize that we have something here. F equals A times L to the P with A equal 480. So here is our model.